The Rock has told Cody Rhodes, F your story. He's also challenged Cody Rhodes to a huge WrestleMania match, and a popular WWE star has returned from injury. Stay tuned for the news. So prior to last night's SmackDown, The Rock took to X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it now, and posted a 21-minute long promo that had a lot of clips involved. A lot of editing was done in it in terms of getting like interview segments in there.
I was going to say, it's not really a promo, it was more of just a diatribe. He just went off on one.
He cut a cheeky piece to camera, that's what he did. He just went, you know what, let's set up the tripod and let's film something. But he sort of took the promo in a direction that specifically targeted Cody Rhodes and, in a later extent, Seth Rollins. But on the Cody Rhodes point, he claimed that Cody had gone back on his word. Obviously, we saw on SmackDown what feels like an eternity ago now, where The Rock returned and Cody shook his hand and
handed over the main event to him and then went back on his word. The Rock's correct.
The Rock is completely correct.
And
Cody went back on his word.
about it, going, Cody deserves a shot. It's The Rock, man. It's the biggest star of the night. He's cheering.
Hey, but the Cody Crybabies are successfully done what they wanted to do. They've changed the match, and that's what The Rock was getting onto. He says he claimed that Cody had gone back on his word, originally agreeing to succeed the WrestleMania match that he earned by winning the Royal Rumble to The Rock, and claims that Cody had acknowledged that Reigns versus The Rock was the match that WWE fans really wanted to see headline the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah, like referencing the fact that the head of the table phrase was meant for those two to argue over, not anything else.
Right, it kind of blurred a bit of the lines between kayfabe and reality, in the sense of everyone knows that they've wanted to do The Rock Roman Reigns for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And the head of the table, the feud was naturally going to be, is The Rock the head of the table or is Roman Reigns the head of the table? And he's sort of blurring that lines a bit, and he sort of makes, as Sam said there, a reference to the fact that that phrase was specifically designed for their feud, and says that their story is bigger than Cody's. And then he spoke directly to Cody, and he got really up close to the lens, right? And he got in. It was like he was whispering to Cody Rhodes himself. And he says, you took it away, and now you're going to pay, Cody Rhodes. From the bottom of my heart, man to man, F your story. Except he didn't say F. He said a bad word.
He said the actual word.
He said the actual word, which for a WWE promo, and
it's
for
not really a WWE promo, is it? It's on The Rock's Twitter.
WWE adjacent.
Yeah.
And also to hear The Rock say, just as a heel,
Yeah.
it's still so strange, but it's so good.
But he's got superpowers. He can fly and got laser eyes. I never saw Black Adam. What can he do?
He flies.
Can fly.
He does
He
fly.
flies in the trailer.
He's like Superman.
Yeah.
He's like Superman.
Then Cody's done for.
Yeah, he is. But Cody is WWE Superman, Sam. So who knows? Maybe this match, whatever it's going to be, which we'll get onto very, very shortly, it has a lot of potential to be a big Superman versus Black Adam clash. But he also, in the promo, sort of addressed Seth Rollins, didn't he?
So he took a bit of umbrage with recent comments made by Seth, told Rollins that he was a member, he's like, I'm a member of the TKO board, and so I'm your boss, and I've got the power to give the World Heavyweight Championship to whoever I please. What he should have said is, I've got the power to just get rid of it, and all secondary belts like that are just duplicates, and we can just get back to one set of belts
one world title,
and treat them all with some respect. But no, he said he can give the WHC to somebody else if he so chooses.
Yes, he did.
Cody then responded to the whole thing with the meme, which is just, I ain't watching all that. I'm happy for you though. Oh, sorry that happened.
Sorry that happened. Seth Rollins also responded with a clip of him and Cody from Elimination Chamber, where they're on the Grayson Waller effect, where they're sort of reacting like that. What a nice twist to this story, though. This entire 21-minute promo.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at that and I was saying, it's really cool to see The Rock go in so hard, right? Like, because we're so used to just having The Rock pop up and go, hey, it's me, it's Big Dwayne. Remember?
This I chant this.
I've got a film
This I
coming
chant
out.
that.
Here's me in a flamethrower. Hey, rock bottom, see you later. And it's nice to see him actually like come in and really start to get invested in something, to the point where he's cutting a 21-minute promo on his Twitter.
Well, he didn't just cut a 21-minute promo on his Twitter.
No, but I figured he was going to do that, because I was like, there's no way that they're going to let him do that much on a show, surely.
But he cut a 31-plus minute promo on SmackDown.
Well, not just him, but he was part of it.
He was part of it.
Yeah.
The entire first segment of SmackDown was the Bloodline, of course, kicking off the show. It went over 30 minutes long, but he kicked it off. And he sort of...
For 31 minutes, lads.
I know, it was long. It was
2-hour show.
Great content. But he sort of referred to the challenge that Cody Rhodes threw down at Elimination Chamber, which was a singles match at some point with The Rock. He went, let's go one-on-one. Seth had seen it, been like, hey, Cody, I'll back you up when you need it. The Rock responded to this challenge on SmackDown, as anticipated, with an even bigger challenge. He issued the challenge of The Rock teaming with Roman Reigns to take on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at night 1 of WrestleMania 40.
I mean, it's exciting than that. I get it, right? But we've already guessed that. That's pretty
true.
lame, that phrase, if I'm being honest. There's got to be some higher stakes, surely.
Well, you want higher stakes, Sam?
Yeah, I want higher stakes.
It's not Meat Madness.
I want
but the
Omaha
stakes that they're
Steaks
going
to sponsor us. Omaha Steaks.
Do love that sponsorship. That's a good plug. The Rock explained that it wouldn't be a singles match because everyone wants to challenge the Great One. Instead, suggested the stipulation that if the Bloodline wins, then the title match will be a Bloodline rules match where anything goes. But if Rhodes and Rollins wins, then the Bloodline is banned
which means
from ringside
nothing.
At the title match
which
on
means
night 2.
absolutely nothing. They've been banned from ringside more times than I've had hot dinners now.
Yeah, and they always sign. There's a new one that always
And I've
comes
had
up.
a lot of hot dinners.
Yeah, it's true. And a new one just turns up and goes.
And it can be
Spike
like,
Cody.
we'll put it in a kennel from hell, and they'll still emerge.
They'll
They'll
still
be under the
somehow
ring
get in
somehow.
there. But he said he gave Rhodes the option to accept the match, but noted that if he doesn't, then he will make sure Rhodes doesn't win the WWE Universal Championship.
Which, I mean, if that is the case, if we get through night 1 to get to night 2 to have The Rock cost Cody,
I think Philly might get a bit wild. There will be riots in Philly, and there'll be riots on Twitter because that's where all the riots of the wrestling world take place. We've also got some backstage details on that segment, though, because according to a report from Fightful Select, the Bloodlight segment to kick off SmackDown went significantly over its allotted time. For reference, as we've said already, it took up over the first 30 minutes of the show. It also notes that their segment was produced by Jason Jordan, which is new for the Bloodline. Usually it's Michael Hayes that produces
Big, purely
them.
sexy.
Oh yeah.
It was quite interesting when it first came out about Michael Hayes being the guy sort of in and around Bloodline stories. So I was really I was kind of chuffed with that. I was like, oh, it's Michael Hayes still killing it. But it's cool to see Jason Jordan getting in there because Jason Jordan's someone we're hearing more and more about in terms of backstage and his role as a producer.
Yeah, for sure.
He seems to just be going from strength to strength with that. So it's really cool that he's now like booking main event levels.
Yeah, he's at that top level.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he's at that producing.
Producing the main event stuff.
It'll be interesting to see if that continues going forward over the next few months, going into that WrestleMania. I guess not even next few months. We're in that WrestleMania period right now, but it'll be interesting to see if he sticks with the Bloodline
Do you
stuff.
think he's going to get a little bit of a slapped hand for it going 31 minutes? Or can you just not control The Rock?
I think The Rock he's the boss now, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's
I guess if he goes, what did you go 31 minutes for? And it'll be, what are you shouting at Jason for?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like, oh, okay.
Well, it's unknown if any of the rest of the show was cut or changed because of the overrun, but it is worth noting that Naomi's entrance, which was in the match straight after this segment, didn't air. She was immediately in the ring for her match. So it could be a case of let's shave off some minutes here and there.
31 minutes on a TV hour is like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, it's really not even 2 hours and you've taken up half an hour.
I know, it's a bit of time, but hey, they were cooking, Sam.
It's the main event.
They were cooking. Right. But another big thing that happened on SmackDown last night was the return of one Rey Mysterio. He made his return after being absent since November. Now, he went out and had some surgery after his match where he lost the US title to Logan Paul. Mysterio made his return during the street fight between Santos Escobar and Carlito, which had sort of descended into a chaotic brawl between LWO and Legado del Fantasma. Now, following Mysterio's return, Carlito was able to pick up the win. Do you think we'll move past this feud now, or do you think what does Mysterio do at WrestleMania?
There's still some room here. I think there's a way we can push this maybe to Mania, and then post-Mania, we can move into a new direction.
Have a big tag match.
We've not got a pay-per-view until Mania now, right?
That's true.
It makes sense to maybe extend this to Mania, and I think we can do something like really fantastic and attention-getting on one of the days.
Yeah. Big tag team match at WrestleMania. That's what I wanted to see anyway. But Rey Mysterio's back. The Rock's going 30-odd minutes.
Rey had a proper, chunky mask on as well.
Oh yeah, he did, right? It was his WrestleMania. It was a pretty cool mask. But that is all we have for just now. We will, of course, be back later on today with more wrestling news. It is a big weekend, Sam, because we've got, well, the podcast is out on the channel right now. Me and Tom did predictions for AEW Revolution, which is this weekend. There is 9 pitches on the channel right now for AEW Revolution. And then tomorrow night, you can join me and Tom at midnight on youtube.com/cultaholic/live right here for those reactions. It's going to be a fun weekend, but Sam, it's going to be a long,
very, very long
weekend. I can't wait for some wrestling and some rest post-wrestling. We'll see you later on for more wrestling news.